Did you hear what happened to Susan Boyle? Susan Boyle, the remarkable talent discovered on Britain's Got Talent, achieved unprecedented success with her rendition of Both Sides Now from her third album, Someone to Watch Over Me. Although not an immediate favorite, Boyle's powerful and emotional voice captivated audiences and propelled her to stardom. Her journey didn't stop there. Winning America's Got Talent, The Champs, could lead to a blossoming career and amassing a fortune of over $45 million. But at the height of her fame, Boyle chose to step away from the spotlight. Stay with us, the famous people, as we dive into her story. Boyle's story is a testament to the idea that appearances can be deceiving and that talent knows no age. At the age of 47, she challenged societal norms by auditioning for Britain's Got Talent, a move that could easily have gone unnoticed had she adhered to conventional expectations. The moment Boyle took the stage, her ordinary appearance misled the judges and audience, leading to skepticism and even ridicule among the spectators. But the moment she sang the first notes of I Dreamed a Dream, she silenced her critics, transformed skepticism into admiration, and set the stage for a life-changing career. This pivotal achievement marked the beginning of Boyle's rise to international recognition, culminating in Grammy recognition and more than 25 million records sold. Despite her success, Boyle's initial reception on Britain's Got Talent reflects a wider story of overcoming adversity. Boyle's path to fame is a classic tale of poverty to riches, marked by both personal and public challenges, including a very public collapse. Susan Magdalene Boyle was born on the 1st of April 1961 in Blackburn, West Lothian, Scotland, to a family of Irish immigrants. Boyle's upbringing was modest. Her father, Patrick Boyle, a World War II veteran who became a miner, and her mother, Bridget, a shorthand typist, raised 10 children on a tight budget. Despite the financial limitations, Patrick played a crucial role in nurturing Susan's musical talents. Witnessing her father's performances at the Bishop's Blaze, Susan Boyle found solace and inspiration in his melodious voice, which fueled her own aspirations to conquer the music world and fill arenas with her voice. But underneath these dreams, Susan endured a deeply troubled relationship with her father, Patrick Boyle. Although he was seen as a family man, the scars of war had transformed him, causing him to struggle with anger that he, unfortunately, took out on his family. Susan in particular bore the brunt of this anger, facing physical violence for minor provocations or when financial stress overwhelmed her father. This cycle of abuse continued for years and cast a long shadow over Susan's childhood and early adult life. In 1997, the death of Patrick Boyle after a serious illness marked a turning point. The final years of his life saw Susan take on the role of caregiver, a period during which she began to reconcile with her father despite the deep-seated trauma that remained. This complex relationship with her father, marked by both care and conflict, had a profound impact on Susan. She candidly shared how, through her journey to fame and personal growth, she managed to let go of the grudge she harbored towards her father. This process of healing and forgiveness, while challenging, highlights the resilience and strength that Susan Boyle brought to her music career, using her past not as a crutch, but as a stepping stone to achieve remarkable success. You watch the video on the channel The People. Don't forget to subscribe to support the team. Susan Boyle reflected on her father's death and spoke of the need for acceptance and maturity in the face of such a great loss. She emphasized the importance of letting go of the past and embracing a new version of yourself, a journey she is actively pursuing. Despite the mix of positive and negative memories, Boyle has worked to come to terms with her past, recognizing that while her childhood was fraught with trauma, it did not extinguish her musical aspirations. Susan's early life was marked by adversity from the start. The youngest of 10 siblings, she arrived when her mother, Bridget, was 47 years old, an age considered late for childbirth, especially under their limited circumstances. The birth was dangerous and Susan briefly suffered from oxygen deprivation, which reportedly led to learning difficulties. It wasn't until later in her career that Susan discovered new insights into her diagnosis, which shed light on the challenges she faced from the start. The school years were particularly difficult for Susan. The education system, with its emphasis on rapid learning and progress, allowed her feelings to be pushed aside. In a candid interview, Boyle revealed the difficulties she faced as a slow learner in an environment that seemed to value speed over understanding. This experience of feeling left behind and undervalued in her formative years was a significant hurdle, but it did not stop her from pursuing her dreams. Susan Boyle's school years were marked by several challenges, including unprofessional treatment by teachers and relentless bullying by her peers. She endured a particularly harsh environment in which corporal punishment was imposed for academic difficulties, a misguided attempt to address her learning difficulties. Boyle was regularly beaten with a belt by her teachers when she failed tests or performed poorly on assignments. The bullying from her classmates added to her misery, as they cruelly called her Susie Simple and hurled insults at her both inside and outside the classroom. In an interview with the Daily Mail, Boyle reflected on these experiences, highlighting how this relentless torment made school an unbearable chapter in her life, marking it as the worst period she had ever endured. The impact of the bullying extended beyond her school years, stifling her personal growth and complicating her academic and professional journey. Her appearance on Britain's Got Talent served as a form of vindication against those who belittled her ambitions, proving them wrong in a grand and public way. Boyle's performance of You'll See on her debut album became a powerful message to her bullies, showing her resilience and eventual success despite their cruelty. Boyle revealed that in addition to her learning difficulties, she also struggled with epilepsy, a condition that was poorly treated due to a lack of understanding and appropriate care from both her family and educators. The condition led to seizures at school, which only led to further ridicule and isolation. At home, her treatment for epilepsy was rudimentary and often neglected, contributing to a generally unsupported and misunderstood aspect of her health. Boyle's transition from school to work was difficult, hampered by her undiagnosed learning disability and the stigma of her educational experiences. Despite applying for numerous jobs, she was repeatedly rejected and eventually took a short-lived job as a trainee chef. Her pre-breakthrough career consisted mainly of performing on local stages, finding joy in music despite its lack of stability or recognition. This backdrop of adversity set the stage for Boyle's decision to pursue a dream she had barely allowed herself to fully consider, a decision that would lead to her unforgettable audition on Britain's Got Talent, a moment that would change her life forever. Boyle's journey from a challenging childhood and a series of personal and professional setbacks to global fame is a testament to her indomitable spirit and the transformative power of perseverance and talent. Susan Boyle's life was a testament to the virtues of forgiveness and selflessness. Despite the lack of warmth and support in her family life, Boyle remained true to these values. She famously declared herself a romantic at heart during her audition for Britain's Got Talent, but also humorously noted that she had never been married, never been kissed, which underlined her humble nature. After her father's death, she chose to continue living in the family's four-room home to care for her elderly mother, even after her siblings moved out. She lived with her mother and her cat, Pebbles, in their family home, where she continues to live to this day. Despite her considerable earnings as a globally recognized musician, this choice reflects her commitment to a modest lifestyle rooted in the values she cherishes. In addition to her family responsibilities, Boyle found solace and purpose at her local church, where she volunteered and sang in the choir. Her contribution went beyond singing. She also visited older church members and provided companionship and joy through conversation and music. These acts of kindness and her deep-rooted faith provided a stable foundation during the turbulent times in her life. Music was always a beacon of hope for Boyle, encouraged by her mother, Bridget. Despite rejection from record labels, television producers, and radio stations, Boyle continued to share her gift of singing within her church community. Her mother's unwavering support was a constant source of strength, even as Boyle considered giving up her aspirations for a professional music career. Boyle arrived at the audition for Britain's Got Talent. Her decision to take that stage was not only an attempt to realize her own dreams, but also a tribute to her mother's belief in her talent. Susan Boyle's momentous audition was the culmination of years of perseverance, a moment that would catapult her from relative obscurity to international fame, while staying true to the values of forgiveness, selflessness, and humility that characterized her journey. Amid her remarkable performance on the Britain's Got Talent stage, Susan Boyle struggled with the deep grief of her mother's recent death. Bridget Boyle had died at the age of 91, leaving Susan heartbroken. Neighbors reported that Susan was so overwhelmed with grief that she remained isolated in her home for 3 days, unable to eat or communicate with the outside world. Despite suggestions to move on and perhaps even leave her mother's house for a fresh start, Susan adamantly refused, choosing to channel her grief into a renewed commitment to her music. This commitment did not come without challenges. Caring for her mother had significantly depleted Susan's emotional and physical energy, limiting her ability to pursue musical opportunities. Still, she persevered and took part in 12 auditions for various shows, including an earlier attempt at X Factor, where she did not progress to the audition stage. This setback, possibly due to her modest appearance and simple clothing style, did not deter her. Susan strongly believed that the true role of a musician was to sing, not to conform to the flashy expectations of appearance that often come with celebrity culture. Britain's Got Talent offered Susan a unique opportunity. Although it initially looked like it would fail, the audience and judges seemed skeptical, if not dismissive, of her chances, judging her on her looks and doubting her aspirations to become as successful as Elaine Paige. Simon Cowell's visible skepticism epitomized the challenge she faced. Still, Susan's performance of I Dreamed a Dream from Les Miserables amazed everyone, turning disbelief into admiration. Amanda Holden, one of the judges, later described the moment as an important wake-up call for everyone present. For Susan, this performance was deeply personal. It served as a tribute to her late mother, a way to honor her memory and share the talent Bridget had always believed in. Although Bridget was unable to experience her daughter's success in person, Susan felt her mother's spiritual presence and support during that crucial audition. This moment of vulnerability and strength not only marked Susan's rise as a global sensation, but also underscored the timeless lesson of not judging a book by its cover. Susan Boyle's journey from grief to triumph is a testament to resilience, talent, and the enduring power of a daughter's love for her mother. Susan Boyle's journey on Britain's Got Talent is a compelling story of transformation and triumph over skepticism. Initially, the public's dismissive attitude towards her, influenced by her plain appearance, was grim. But as soon as she started singing, the atmosphere changed dramatically. Her powerful voice left both the audience and the jury in awe, bridging the gap between preconceived judgments and her undeniable talent. Susan's performance resonated far beyond the stage and created a worldwide wave of interest. Clips of her previous performances, including a performance of Crimea River from 1999, circulated online and were viewed millions of times. Her audition video alone was viewed more than 100 million times, making her an international sensation. Despite the challenges she faced, including health problems and the pressures of sudden fame, Susan emerged as a standout contestant on Britain's Got Talent. Although she did not win the competition and finished second behind the dance group Diversity, Susan achieved something much greater. She won the respect and admiration of the public, completing a personal battle for acceptance and proving that it is never too late to follow your dreams. Susan's debut album, I Dreamed a Dream, released in November 2009, broke sales records around the world. In its first week, the album sold over 2 million copies worldwide, becoming one of the fastest-selling debut albums by a female artist ever. The overwhelming response continued, with the album surpassing Amazon pre-sales and eventually becoming the best-selling album of 2009, with over 9 million copies sold. Billboard highlighted the importance of this achievement, noting that I Dreamed a Dream was the best opening week for a debut album by a female artist since Nielsen SoundScan began tracking sales. In 1991, Susan Boyle's unprecedented success with her debut album led to recognition by the Guinness World Records for multiple achievements. She set records for the fastest-selling debut album by a female artist in the United Kingdom, the most successful first week of sales, and became the oldest person to reach #1 with a debut album in the country. This monumental success was not limited to the United Kingdom. Boyle also made significant strides in America, a testament to her broad appeal and the universal resonance of music. Her appearance on America's Got Talent was met with warmth and acceptance. symbolizing a departure from her previous experiences of doubt and underestimation. Boyle's career path after Britain's Got Talent was marked by a series of ambitious and successful projects. She released The Gift in 2010 and followed this up with Someone to Watch Over Me in 2011. After a brief hiatus, she returned with standing ovation. The Greatest Songs from the Stage in 2013, a festive album that celebrated the joy of Christmas through song. Boyle continued her prolific output with Hope in 2014 and A Wonderful World in 2016, with each album highlighting her versatility and depth as an artist. Despite her tireless work ethic, Boyle decided to take an indefinite break from music, citing age and health issues. But true to her resilient spirit, she made a remarkable comeback in 2019 to celebrate a decade in the music industry with the album 10 that encapsulated the essence of her musical journey. This album, like her previous works, was a testament to Boyle's enduring talent and her ability to connect with audiences around the world. But beyond her triumphs, Boyle's journey has been marked by personal challenges. Her fans saw the profound impact her health diagnosis had on her life and career. Despite these obstacles, Boyle has chosen to live a quieter life, distancing herself from the relentless pace of the music industry. Her preference for privacy and simplicity, even as she continues to make music that touches hearts, speaks to a deeper story of resilience in the face of adversity. Boyle's reflection on the joy she got from making her album 10 highlights a fundamental truth about her approach to music and life. Success is not just about awards and records, but about the joy of the creative process and the hope of bringing happiness to others. Beneath the surface of her global fame and professional achievements lies a story of personal strength, the power of music to heal and inspire, and the lasting impact of a woman who dared to dream big. The meteorite-like rise to fame that Susan Boyle experienced following her appearance on Britain's Got Talent came at a significant personal cost. When Boyle was thrust into the spotlight, she found the rapid transition to fame overwhelming. The relentless schedule of interviews, media appearances, and constant paparazzi attention proved a clear break from her previous private life. Despite her growing popularity and undeniable talent, the pressure of public scrutiny began to take a toll on her mental and physical well-being. After the final of Britain's Got Talent, where she failed to secure victory, Boyle was admitted to hospital. Reports emerged of a breakdown, compounded by disappointment that she had not collected enough votes from the public to win the competition. Tensions reportedly became so high that Boyle behaved disturbingly towards the show's staff, an incident that culminated in her being taken to a mental health facility. The intense public and media focus on Boyle's breakdown led to discussions about the responsibilities of television producers for the well-being of their participants. It was revealed that there were concerns about Boyle's mental and physical health in the run-up to the show's finale, raising questions about the balance between chasing high ratings and the well-being of the contestants. Although Ofcom, the British media regulator, considered launching an investigation into the matter, the idea was ultimately not pursued. This challenging period in Boyle's life served as a crucial learning experience, prompting her to reconsider the pace at which she approached her music career. Despite the intention to adopt a more manageable schedule, Boyle was faced with the realities of a demanding tour. Despite this, she continued to perform, driven by her dedication to her fans and her passion for music. In 2013, Susan Boyle received a life-changing diagnosis that corrected a long-standing misunderstanding about her cognitive abilities. It was previously thought that she had suffered brain damage from a lack of oxygen at birth, but Boyle discovered that she actually has Asperger syndrome, a condition on the autism spectrum. This revelation, while initially shocking, ultimately gave Boyle a sense of relief and understanding for her unique way of navigating the world. For years, the misdiagnosis had colored her self-image and experiences, especially during her academic years when she felt out of step with her peers. In an interview with The Guardian, Boyle talked about how the label of brain damage always seemed cruel and wrong to her. The diagnosis of Asperger's syndrome offered her an explanation that resonated more deeply with her own experience, indicating that while she might approach things differently, she was not fundamentally damaged. Boyle hoped her diagnosis would promote greater kindness and understanding for neurodivergent individuals, challenge societal perceptions, and encourage more inclusive attitudes. The public's response to Boyle's openness about her Asperger's syndrome was overwhelmingly positive, with fans and critics voicing their support. This authentic revelation marked an important moment in Boyle's life, highlighting the importance of understanding and accepting neurodiversity. However, this period also brought additional health challenges for Boyle. She was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, which forced her to make major lifestyle changes, including giving up her comforting habit of eating chocolate during stressful times. The onset of the COVID-19 pandemic added another layer of difficulty to Boyle's life. Like many around the world, she had to take extra precautions to protect herself from the virus, which meant she became isolated at home and put her music career on hold. This hiatus lasted approximately 2.5 years, during which time Boyle was unable to collaborate with others in the music industry, delaying any plans for new albums. In 2010, amid the whirlwind of her rising career, Susan Boyle decided to invest in a new home with the income she had amassed from her success in music. However, this period of personal achievement was marred by intimidation by local troublemakers who attacked her new residence with vandalism and intimidation, throwing stones and lit paper at her house. This distressing situation ultimately led to Boyle returning to the safety and familiarity of her family home, passing her new home on to her niece. While this return was accompanied by sadness over her experiences, it was another, more profound loss that prompted Boyle to take a break from her career. Leading up to her comeback in 2015, Boyle was confronted with the grief of losing her sister, Bridie, to cancer at the age of 73. Bridie's death affected Susan deeply as the two had a close bond, with Bridie being a pillar of support throughout Susan's life and career. Bridie stood by Susan during the intense periods of media attention, providing both emotional support and a grounding presence amid the whirlwind of success. Additionally, Bridie played a crucial role during a challenging time in Susan's personal life, particularly during a public feud with their brother, Jerry. The conflict with Jerry arose amid the pressures and complexities that often accompany sudden wealth. Susan's decision to help Jerry financially with $75,000 to support his struggling business led to tension within the family. As disagreements escalated, Jerry publicly accused Susan of lying about a claim that he had threatened suicide if he did not receive financial help, causing a rift between them. But in a twist of fate, Susan's public breakdown at Heathrow Airport in 2016 became a catalyst for reconciliation, bringing the siblings back together and mending their strained relationship. In 2022, Susan Boyle faced another health problem when she suffered a mild stroke, an event that had a major impact on her music career. Despite this setback, Boyle made a triumphant return to the Britain's Got Talent stage, 14 years after her first audition that catapulted her to fame. This time she performed with the West End cast of Les Miserables, marking a deeply emotional and special moment for her. She shared with the audience and later on Instagram that recovering from the stroke required a lot of speech practice, especially singing I Dreamed a Dream, the song that had become synonymous with her incredible journey. Despite the health barriers she has faced, Boyle continues to pursue her musical interests, although she has understandably taken a step back from the public eye. In addition to navigating the complexities of her health, Boyle has also opened up about personal aspects of her life, including her regrets about not having children and her relationship with an American doctor. The singer, who has always maintained a degree of privacy about her personal life, revealed that their relationship had become more serious over time. However, she has shown no interest in marriage or in publicly revealing more details about her partner. While fans eagerly await new music from Boyle, they also respect her need for privacy and her decision to navigate her career and personal life in a way that prioritizes her well-being. Boyle's legacy as a beloved figure in the music industry and an inspiration to many remains secure, as does the affection and support of her fans, who continue to celebrate her talent and contributions to the world of music. Show your support for this video by liking it, and don't forget to subscribe to the Famous People channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss our latest videos. See you in the next videos.